Welcome in to the latest edition of Extra Time. Craig here. We also welcome Shaka and Frank. Frank back from his holidays. All good in the LaBeouf world?
Yes, very well. You know, I'm very happy to be back. Well, even if I kept on working with you, but if I may say one thing, you know, before at the end of the show, I wanted to say just about Thierry Henry. Why we saw Thierry Henry is because he became the
coach, yeah?
national team coach. Yes, 21 coach. In case you were unprofessional, I didn't know. I just wanted to mention.
We're professional, Frank.
To be honest, I don't think we were thinking about it.
I can see that. I can see that.
You've still got the shirt. You've still got the holiday shirt.
He's still got the holiday shirt on,
let's go for a pina colada shirt.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It looked good at the time buying it in Mexico, but now you're thinking, really, a dull night in Paris. Is this really what I want?
I was in French Guyana, and it's very hot, and you know. And then, no, I know you told me off, you know, you could see my beautiful pecs, so you were very jealous.
What a treat.
Beautiful what?
Pecs.
Oh. I missed that. I just heard beautiful, and I missed the rest of it.
I'm starting to worry about Shaka. Shaka, if you need Craig to come and save you, blink slowly 3 times.
The last person that needs to come save me is Craig.
Well, yes.
Anybody else?
I tell you what, man. I tell you what, I'm 12 out of 10. I'm giving you 15 out of 10. I'm giving you.
Right.
You're getting the full. 15.
People talk about the positives Arteta has got from Pep, but it's one of the negatives he seems to have inherited, overthinking things.
Yes.
When it comes to setup, selections, formations, etc., it sometimes seems like both are too clever for their own good. Pep, you feels calmed down a bit, hasn't he? He even addressed that last season,
I
didn't
think
he?
so. And but I didn't feel there was too many times last year that he did.
Arteta or Pep?
Arteta.
Right.
I think it was a culmination of a couple of different things that faltered in the end. It was fatigue, well, it was definitely the small squad fatigue, and the Saliba injury was definitely a big play. But I feel now he's a little bit like, right, what's going to make us better? Is it just some new signings, or is it me, you know, moving the needle somehow? And I think maybe there is an argument to say that's possibly taking them away from the fundamentals that were actually very good for them last year. So, yeah, I would prefer to see them with a more solid back four, and then Rice and maybe one other in midfield with Odegaard, not Havertz.
We talked about this quite a lot on the show, so I'm going to move on. If you can sign one player each for Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea before the window closes, who would it be? Blooming heck.
All right, Man United, Harry Kane.
Well, you can't sign him.
Well, that's tough because they missed out.
Well, he's gone to Bayern Munich, isn't it? So that's that. Chelsea, Harry Kane, right?
Chelsea, Harry Kane.
Missed out on that as well. Arsenal. Arsenal, Liverpool.
Arsenal?
Who would you want at Chelsea, Frank?
Oh, I would have loved to have Harry Kane, that's for sure.
We can't have Harry Kane.
I think. I know, but I would say Mitrovic, and it's too late as well. So who can I say? No, they're already all taken. So yeah, I don't know. Well, Jackson just scored, so it's fine. Ramsdale is back. He's having he's back to his best, so I'm fine. I don't want anybody so far.
He's having a renaissance, isn't he, Frank? Oh yeah, they're friends.
Renaissance, exactly. Is what I wanted to say.
Yeah,
perfect.
There it is. You see. Shaka, what do you want to add to this?
He's frozen.
What I want to add? Not a lot, I'll be honest with you.
Well, most of
the Harry Kane.
Well, most of the big deals are kind of done, aren't they? That's why.
Spurs need a striker as well. If you're a striker, you're loving it. Everyone wants you.
If you're a striker?
Yeah.
Well, you have to be a good one.
Well, yeah, that's very true.
I'm not going to.
So what position do Manchester United need?
Well, I think they need a right back. They don't need a left back because when Shaw's fit, which he's not, they've got one. They need a right back. They need another midfielder who can do a little bit of everything in there to help Casemiro. They haven't got that. And that's not Mason Mount, don't tell me that is. So they definitely need that. And they need a striker.
Oh, they got Rasmus. Rasmus will be fine. He's fit.
So.
And they need a right wing as well. They need a right winger as well.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
And they need a centre-back. Is Varane injured now?
Varane, he must be injured.
So
he got hooked at half-time. I think it must be because he was injured. Shaka, is there a good chance that Raya will take over from Ramsdale this season?
I guess there's a chance, but I don't see it. And I think a lot of people are kind of jumping on the goal today and think that that's down to Ramsdale. As I said during the show, I don't think that's a goalkeeping error at all. And I don't think Ramsdale did anything else, anything wrong in the game. Raya's a good goalkeeper, so maybe he gets his chance, but I've seen nothing to suggest that Ramsdale is going to lose his place.
Shaka, Everton finally going down this season?
Yeah, listen, it's tough. I mean, we've spoken about Wolves who were good against Manchester United, but unlucky, and then just god-awful at home. I think it was to Brighton. And if Everton don't get anything from this game, I'm concerned, because as much as I think most of us have the three that came up as being favourites to go down, you know there's always going to be somebody who's there. And with injuries again, kind of plaguing Sean Dyche, I'm worried. I think Everton could go. They've just lived life on the edge for far too long. It catches up with you.
What was it? Jamie Carragher, who's pretty close to that scenario, called them the worst run club in the Premier League, and that's hard to argue. And I saw my old Celtic teammate Alan Stubbs, who is an Evertonian and played for Everton as well. I talked to him briefly last year about it before they survived, but I just saw him tweeting the other day, and it's almost like a please God, somebody help us tweet. It's like somebody talk to us. The board's not talking to anybody. They've kind of, and they did this last year. Moshiri and Kenwright and others, they sort of fixed the bayonets, camped down, and everybody was on the outside. Right. And it was like, yous are all wrong, every one of you are wrong, and we know what we're doing. And it is an unmitting shambles, and I don't know what they're going to do. Rely on Sean Dyche to just galvanise them somehow and drag out some results. They can't even do that at the moment, and they're moving into this new stadium as well very, very soon.
Unmitigated, is that what you were looking for?
I was searching. I was searching in my mind, and I'm like, that's not right, but we'll go with it.
Yeah, nobody noticed. It's fine.
I went with it. Well, nobody did know. You brought it back up.
Well, I'm sure people at home were going, what's he going on about? They did. I'm sure they did. Frank, who did you have going down?
Well, I don't want to say it. I think I had Luton, maybe Sheffield, and West Ham. We are first in the league, so I'm so pleased.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's just the beginning.
Yes.
And you know, don't worry, don't forget that I put Canada in the semi-final of the last World Cup. So
yes.
it says a lot
and you've
about
got
my
Chelsea.
prediction.
Haven't you got Arsenal winning the league as well, with Chelsea second?
Oh yeah, that's not over. It's just the beginning of it. You know, well,
That's
wait
right.
a little bit. Wait a little bit. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Stevie was really disappointed with Newcastle's performance last week against City. Shaka, what kind of reaction are you expecting to see tomorrow against Liverpool? Should be a really entertaining match. Should be good. Where is it?
Yeah, I think it will be. Liverpool.
Where is it, Shank?
Anfield?
I think it's at St James's. It's at St James's.
It was a 50-50
against
call.
Liverpool, and then they're away to Brighton. I think it is.
I don't know. Shaka's record
Thank
isn't
you,
great.
Craig.
No, it's definitely at St James's, and then they're away to Brighton next weekend.
Well, you should know.
And you expect a response at St James's Park, where Newcastle, and we've spoken about it. Once the Geordies get behind that team, I think it's different. And again, I thought City were just incredible in the way they kind of annulled Newcastle. Liverpool are far more open. I don't think they have that effect. It'll be a really good football game.
Isn't it crazy, even all those years after, Shaq, you still think Liverpool-Newcastle, you think 4-3. It's always going to be associated with these two teams.
It's ingrained.
Yeah.
After, I think it was 3-4 threes in a row, one after the other. And because of how both, especially this version of both teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in years gone by, you might predict a 0-0 or 1-0 or something. But this version of both teams, as attack-minded as they are, and with the goal-scoring threat that both have. Listen, and while it's tough to see Newcastle, this version of Newcastle conceding 3, I think it'll be a really good game.
And will you be watching that one tomorrow, Shaq? Or are you busy?
I'll be at home, Craig, with little else to do.
With nothing else to do but dig.
He's going to be at home tomorrow.
Yeah, of course he is. He's going to be home forever. That's it. He's done. Frank, do you think Arsenal's bottling of last season's title is still playing mind games with them now? Maybe that second place finish last season is affecting their confidence and execution this season.
Well, what I believe, and I said that during at the beginning of the show, that in July, before the season started, is that we need confirmation that everything works properly for Arsenal. That the season before last season, they weren't good. And suddenly they had a reaction, not being involved in any European campaign, and they did what they did last season. But we need a confirmation and to see how everything works together. Right now, it's not what we see. We see that they're fragile, that they can't find out the way to play all together. There is the Havertz issue, I would say. So it's something we want to see, and the confidence can come up because of the result and because the way Arteta is gonna think the game and think his team playing. Now he's making too complicated, and maybe he's confusing his player. So they have to go back to the basics, what made them that good last season, and start having good results with a good way of playing like they did last season.
Well, first and foremost, they didn't bottle it last year, so any suggestions, we shouldn't be allowing silly tweets about Arsenal bottling it, because that's just a lazy assumption.
I just read what's on the paper.
Oh, I know you're just a bit of a robot.
Just a puppet.
You're just a puppet on a string.
Exactly. Yeah, completely.
Corporate calling over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Corporate calling over there. I just do my job, sweet bottom, mate.
Yeah.
Don't want to upset anybody.
No, I read what's on the auto cue.
At the end of the day, that notion that they bottled it is just nonsensical. They ran out of steam and had injuries. They didn't have the squad depth that Man City did, and they came like a steam train, and ultimately were the best team in Europe. So that's got nothing to do whatsoever with what's happened this season. Not one iota.
That's it on that point.
You've been told that's it?
Yeah, I've been told that's it. I've been told to wrap it up.
Try something different.
What do you mean?
I don't know, do a handstand on the table. I don't know, go out upside down. Do something different, for God's sake, man. You're boring me.
Well, upside. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.